All right, we have three different scenarios. We're trying to find the half-life for these scenarios. Now, we know that the equation for half-life is natural log 0.5 divided by the k value. And so we need the k value in each of these cases, except for C, where we're already given the k value. So let's actually do C first, so we can see why natural log 0.5 divided by the k value gives you the half-life. So we're not sure what t is in this case. We just know that e to our k value times t is giving us half of what we started with. So to solve this, we have to convert this to a logarithm. So we say natural log 0.5 equals negative 0.067t. All right. E to what power gives me 0.5? E to the negative 0.067t gives me 0.5. So these two statements are equivalent, but now we can solve for t by dividing by negative 0.067. All right, so that will give us t, which is our half-life. Natural log 0.5 divided by negative 0.067 is 10.345. Yeah, 10.345, so 10.345. That is our half-life. Okay. Now, moving back up to A, we start with an amount of 30. After 5 years, we drop down to 23. So here's our poked formula, P naught EKT, and we know that that's going to be equal to 23 after 5 years. So we're trying to solve for K here first. So we divide by 30. Divide by 30. All right, and then now we know that we have an e to the k times 5, and we're trying to solve for k, so we're going to have to convert this to a logarithm. So we're going to do natural log 23 divided by 30, and that's going to be equal to k times 5, right? E to what power gives me 23 over 30? E to what power gives me 23 over 30? Well, e to the k times 5 gives me 23 over 30, so that's what we have here. We divide by 5, that's going to give me k. So natural log 23 divided by 30, divide that whole thing by 5. So I get like negative 0.0531. I'm going to store that in my calculator so I don't make a rounding error here, because now I have my k value. So now I'm going to do natural log 0.5 divided by my stored k value in my calculator. And I get 13.04 roughly for my half-life. 13.04. Okay. Now for this one down here, it tells us that we lose 22.5% annually. Annually meaning after 1 year, we would be down to 77.5%. So remember, 100% minus 22.5 is 77.5. That happened after 1 year. Got to convert this to a logarithm. Natural log 0.775 equals k. All right, so to be smart here, rather than just entering this, I know that I'm going to do natural log 0.5 divided by k, so all I have to do here is do natural log 0.5 divided by natural log 0.775. It's just one way of doing this. Natural log 0.5 divided by natural log 0.775, and that's equal to 2.72 roughly. 2.72. So losing 22.5% annually means it's going to take 2.72 years before we drop to half of what we started with.